Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. And now, save 50% on the new Sleep Number Limited Edition smart bed. Limited time. Exclusively at a Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, I am my co-host, Barbara, with me. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I am here. Hello, Johnny. How are you?
Good. And, the subject today is Hollywood rejection, and I really do have some things to say about that. Because
that's so great.
What bothers
that
me,
you do.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, what bothers me isn't so much the rejection. It's when it's not so much hearing the word no. It's when you hear the word yes, and then later on it's a no. In other words, the people that lead you on. I have had so many friends who were actors and models and everything, and what happens is these people, you talk to them and they'll say, oh, yeah, I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be in a television show, or I'm going to be in a movie. I'm going to be able to, I'm going to be doing all this other stuff. And then what happens is this movie never happens, or the television show never happens, But the problem is that they go and brag about it to their family, which is what you would normally want to do anyway.
I don't
get it. Does that make sense?
No, not at all.
Okay, what I'm saying is
I don't understand why. Well, I'm just trying to repeat what you said, that you asked if it made sense, and I heard you. You don't have to repeat it. I am telling you, no, it doesn't make sense, because whoever told you they're going to be in this movie or they're going to be in this project and it doesn't happen, I don't get that. But whenever I've gotten a part, I may tell somebody, I may not, but it happens. It's very rare, so I don't know. You're saying what always happens. I have many friends. Well, I guess your friends are not very successful in the acting world. But that is odd, so I don't understand it. But I'm sorry they feel bad, they feel rejected for never, ever getting a part, or they get parts and it's taken away for some odd reason, which that part I really don't get. So can you be a little more specific?
Okay, I'll be a little more specific. One of the people that's been on our show, D.T. Linda, was told that she was going to be in a movie, and it was going to be done by Oprah Winfrey, and she was told, "Oh, I'm going to be in this." Oh no, this was our friend Linda Gross. She's not. She
the
acts
writer
some,
of the book.
Yeah, she does the relationship coaching. And
so Oprah Winfrey told her.
No, not Oprah Winfrey didn't tell her, but the producer told her that Oprah was going to be involved in the movie. And the movie never happened. It never took place. It's like she really got let down. You understand?
Well, maybe she should just say, I have something in the works I'm excited about, not saying there's no contract signed yet. But she was probably just excited about a future thing happening. You do have a radio show that offers free psychic readings. I mean, people are going to come on the show for guidance. But we're talking about real actors who go out every day on auditions, pounding the pavement.
Right.
How do they deal with rejection? How about, you know what? Let's not even talk about that. Let's talk about the actors out there who are who are not able to get any work at all, and they're major stars because of a political stance. Maybe they are anti-woke, and now they're not getting anything from Hollywood. Let's talk about that. You tell me how you feel about that and what you know about it.
I think that's sad because I think it's really sad because a lot of times Hollywood is very blue, meaning it's very Democrat. And the ones that are in Hollywood don't soon as they say, "Oh, I'm a Republican," they do get looked at in a weird way. Patricia Heaton, I've heard, is one of the actors that's Republican, and she's had that happen to her. I've read somewhere that another one that is John Voight. That's another one. And I've heard
well, today
that.
I heard. Let me tell you who I've heard too. Can I interject somebody else?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell have band together. I just saw that on the news today regarding it because they are not getting work anymore because of their anti-woke stance. So people are starting to listen, Johnny, and what about even the Democratic John F. K. Jr., who is married to the lady who's on, that show we mentioned with Larry David. I love that show.
Okay, his name is Robert F. Kennedy, not Jonathan.
Okay, thank you, Robert. Yes, Robert Kennedy Jr. He is married to an actress, and even by association, sometimes your career got hurt, but they are taking steps out on limbs, and they feel that it's important to do so. And these actors are leaving left and right and saying, fine, I want to work. Some really need to work, but this has gone too far, and I'm not going along with your agenda. So, wow, Johnny, we both have been seeing that a lot lately on the news, huh? You had a lot of people to list off there that I had. Oh, and Russell Brand, isn't that his name? He's pretty quirky. He's been on Tucker Carlson, and Tucker Carlson is going live across the U.S. right now interviewing people because he said when it's live, like what we do right here on Life After Happiness,
right,
it cannot be edited. And so that's why he's doing that. People are rising up because, you know what, if I had a little kid who was in first grade right now, mine's already made it through, and she can't stand all of this woke agenda. She has 1 year left in high school. What if she was in first grade and I have to look at second, third, fourth, and fifth grade of my daughter coming home and having rights to change her body, and I have no say in it? And there is such thing as brainwashing, and it's not that hard to do to little innocent children at all. And I am concerned. And you know what? I've always been neutral, but I can't be neutral anymore, Johnny. I cannot do it, and I am not voting for Kamala or Kamala. What is it? You get in trouble both ways. However you say it, you get in trouble. Kamala.
Right.
I'm not going to vote for her. Are you?
No. No, I'm not. I mean, I think that a lot of, what has happened is that, this has to do with the fact that every election because it's interesting is that we're not a democracy, we're a republic. But and I don't want to get too far off on that. But what I'm going to say is that I don't believe that elections are about making people happy, because if that were the case, we'd be a democracy. We're not. But I do think what happens is that you have to make a decision that's the best one for the people, that does the best, And I think what happens is that a lot of the people that are woke just want everybody to be happy. But the thing is that being happy is not good enough. I hope I explained that good enough.
That's just part of it, and you explained it too, a part of it, how you see it. But there's so much more. I don't want it to be forced down my throat. And I see so many occasions where somebody is called, "Thank you, Miss," and they look totally like a miss, and they're not even transgender anymore. And they're even saying, "How dare you call me Miss?" Like, well, geez, what if we have to ask everybody that we cross our paths with throughout the day, how do you want me to address you if I pass you by at the vending machine? I mean, really, it really has become ridiculous. I don't even go grocery shopping after dark either, by the way, anymore, everybody. I used to go, Ralph's over here is open until 1 a.m., and I used to do it. Maybe not the best idea in the world, but it was bustling still. It just was the only one open that late. And I started getting on that habit during COVID, just doing everything alone and late and everything. I didn't want to be around anybody. Well, I don't do it anymore because Priscilla, my daughter, a lot of her friends just saw this very strange person, like a transgender, and the ones that are, to me, creep me out is the ones that are women with makeup and women attire that have beards. To me, I don't feel really around it, and they seem to be aggressive sometimes. Well, one came dressed in complete shiny latex, walking through the parking lot with a knife, saying horrible things to these teenage children who ran away. And this is right at a grocery store down the street. Not at Ralph's, but another one down the street in a parking lot with, like a Ross and a CVS type. And it wasn't even very late, probably 9 o'clock. So I don't know who that was, but hearing all of these stories, and I live very close to the border, by the way. Did you know that, Johnny?
No, I didn't.
2 hours away. Drive. Huntington Beach. If I drive 2 hours south, I'm at the border of, I'm right in San Diego, so I'm right there at the border. I've done it many times to go visit Kurt, as you know. You can take the train down, and you're down there in 2 hours. You don't think they're coming up here to the beach cities?
Oh, wow.
The rapists and the murderers and the people who have gotten away from their country and they snuck away and they were wanted people for bad crimes. Yes, I know some people are nice, but it's all a danger for even them, too, because they're used somehow. If they're just a nice people like mom and little daughter, they're lucky to not be snatched up by some crazy weirdo on the way over. So it's not good. None of it is good.
I have a question.
And we made it too attractive for people to come here, and it's dangerous, actually, to make that journey.
But I wanted to ask you this question, because this has to do with the Hollywood rejection again. My question for you is, when do you know if like say somebody said to you, Barbara, we're going to ask you to do a modeling job and it's $25,000. What point would you go call up? Would you tell your daughter, I've got this modeling job? Or at what point would you just say, well, it takes some ironing out? What would be your advice?
When you're booked. When you're booked. When you're booked.
Okay.
After you're booked. After you're booked. Why would you tell somebody you got something when you're not booked yet? No,
because we'll define
the
book.
people who
Books,
you know.
I don't know
See, this is the thing, Johnny. You go in these circles with wannabes, I guess, because these are people who say just because they're going up for something and they're trying for something, it's called they're going to an audition or they're going to a casting. It's not called I'm doing it for it. So I don't know why they tell you they got it when they didn't get it. I don't do that. If I get booked for something, I do it. One thing got switched because of COVID, and we just ended up having to do it 6 months later, which was that golf tournament, and that was amazing for charity, where I waxed it to Kingdom Come, and it made money doing it, Johnny boy. So guess what?
Well, that's great that you've never been told
if I don't have something, okay? So I don't know. I can't answer your question. It's an odd question.
Okay, so you're saying
when do I know if I got it? Okay, how it works is your agent. Yeah. They tell you how it works. Your agent sends you on a casting. In the casting info that you get, you will see when you will and how long the casting will last. They might give you 2 to 3 days to do the casting, okay? Then, shortly after that, like a day after, your agent will call you, or 2 days after, your agent will call you and say, you got booked. If you don't hear in a few days, you didn't. Go on to the next one, okay? Then, also on that information, you will also see the work dates, the dates that you will be working. If you book the commercial or the modeling job, you see the dates that you will be working. So why bother to go on the casting if you know you have already a trip planned or already are working or you just can't make it, okay? That you have all the information. It's not like some kind of secret. It's like you work closely with your agent. You're protected, okay? You go on the casting. They tell you if you booked it, you get booked, you go do the job, and you get paid that same day. Right? That day in modeling work. That's that same day.
Well, thank you for answering that. Because, it just seems like that's. I really would hate to see somebody get led on to think that they have something in the bag and they don't. So.
Well, who to lead you on? I mean, what? They have agents that lead you on? They're too busy. They're booking. They're casting. Every day, new requests come in for talent. They don't have time to be led on because they're agents. They've got a license. Maybe these people don't have agents yet. Maybe you're talking to a bunch of beginner people with big dreams. I have no idea. I mean, Lord knows I've interviewed about 30 playmates. You could talk to them, people who've really actually been professional and booked many major jobs across the world. So, who are you talking to? I don't know who you're talking to, but a writer who wrote a book that had hearsay.
To a lot of people
somebody said that we want you to be in a project that we want to do, and if so, we would like to have Oprah in it too, and she'll be in it too, and it's going to be big. People that she was talking to on the side without a manager or an agent, you're going to get a lot of steam blown up your butt. You just are. You are. Mm-hmm. And you've got to have a lot of time on your hands to listen to it. There's going to be a lot of it. So my suggestion is to go get a professional agent or manager.
Okay. So the agent will tell you is what you're saying, right?
We flop in everything you do because if nothing works out and you've already told your family that you're going to be some big star and it never works out, then go do it the professional way. Try it that way. Do it the right way.
Okay. But I'm telling you the truth, Barbara. Almost all the people that I've talked to in Hollywood or trying to get movies or something, they do get that a lot. And I guess
their agent must be broke.
Agent must be what?
Their agent must be broke if they're never booking them, or if there's such great hot talent that should be booked and they're facing such huge rejection and they don't know why. Maybe they have to find something else to do.
Okay. Well, I will tell you
their
that
rejection is making them magnetize rejection because they are focusing on being rejected and they use that word, never getting anything. They always get something taken away.
I will tell you
they always hope, and then somebody crushes their dreams, and they say it over and over and over again. So it's going to happen over and over again. Get a coach. We have many options. We on Life After Happiness have had so many therapists of all kinds on the show. If next time you talk to one of those people that Johnny, offer them some help.
I will.
We know Kurt, my best friend, who has a multitude of beautiful, odd, pierced, tattooed, all types of people you could imagine at his agency, and he books them left and right for commercials. Has anybody watched TV? What kind of people are doing these commercials? It's the person that you see next door raking his lawn, okay? That's who's doing it. You want to do it, go get an agent. It's not hard. Get your pictures together and go get an agent. Don't just talk to a bunch of people. Go get an agent. It doesn't cost anything until you get the job, and then they take 20%. So what's the big deal? They do all the work. A no-brainer. And plus, we have Kurt Clements, who's been on the show many times, my best friend, the owner of Wild Models Talent Agency. He's on Facebook. You could go to him. You could also seek out our psychic Dale Shear. She's on every Friday night giving out free psychic readings. You can contact her at DaleShear.com. Hey, by the way, Johnny, my party went really well, the one I hosted at the Sky Bar at the Mondrian Hotel on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles. It was amazing. It was for the Rogue Bunnies.
What happened at the party?
Bunnies, Playmates, Playboy Playmates, who were chosen by Hugh Hefner. We had a great turnout. It was a great reunion, plus a lot of new great people I met, a lot of artists, people in the NFT world. What was your question?
Mm-hmm. Well,
what was your
remember
question?
you texted me. You texted me saying, "Boy, I really wish you could have been here." You remember that?
Yeah, you would have loved it. Well, because you love the Playmates. Who doesn't? So
I do.
it's for a
They're
good cause.
very nice
We raised
women.
money. They are. We raised money for Children of the Night Foundation, and we just had so much fun up there. And I spent the night at my good friend's house, who just got his dream condo, and it was like the old times, my old stopping ground, Beverly Hills, West LA, Los Angeles. I'm down here by the beach, so it was a long drive, so I stayed up there, and it was great.
Yeah,
so
I saw the
all
post.
the people, you go up there, and every single person that you run across has faced rejection somehow in Hollywood because they were the same people, whether you're a director, producer, writer, model, actor, dancer, musician. They are there, and so many of the same familiar faces. They're diehards. They never quit. Those are the people who make it. The ones that when people say no, they don't tell themselves no. They keep going. They keep going.
Like your friend Devin Vasquez.
Yes, like her. Like so many others, like Victoria Fuller, the creator of Rogue Bunnies, like so many of my wonderful friends up there. Scott, my friend who used to work for Playboy as a casting director, who cast me in the wonderful last show at the Stardust Hotel, Headlights and Tailpipes, and I had 15 billboards from LA to Las Vegas on the main highway. Oh my gosh, there's so many memories. There's so many people. And when you see those people, you just remember certain things. And we all miss the Playboy Mansion so much. Anytime you see somebody that you always just would see up there, like one of Hef's really good friends, you would just remember you just feel it. You would feel the times, those memories of the Playboy Mansion.
I saw a picture of you, Hef, and Elkie. So
when?
I don't remember, but it was a picture of you and Elkie and Hef, and you were on each side of you.
Yeah, we have many. One of my favorites with the three of us together is when it was Hef's book launch. He wrote a book. He even came to my 30th birthday party. I had that on Sunset Boulevard. Beautiful place. Sit-down dinner. My new fiance paid for everything. Hugh Hefner came. He also RSVP'd to the wedding that never did happen, the one to Lorenzo Lamas. But you know what? Mm-hmm. He would have been there. And he cared about the Playboy Playmates. And the Rogue Bunnies is just kind of like a spin-off. It's just for the Playboy Playmates who were chosen by Hef, just a smaller collection of women that have trading cards out there. I'm going to be in the next drop, the big art drop for the Rogue Bunnies. And apparently they do really well. So I'm looking forward to that because our Psychic Tales Cheer says that something big is going to happen, which when I think of big, I think of money. And I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
That's true. I mean,
so true, Johnny boy. Tell us about what's going on out there in Florida, Destin, Florida. You said you were worried about a hurricane heading your way. How are you?
I'm okay. My parents aren't as worried as they were. We are tying everything down. We think what's going to happen is there's going to be bad weather, but but basically, we don't think it's going to be a hurricane. It's more like a tropical storm where we're at. But it does seem that, I mean, Dale's kind of concerned, but the thing is that I think that my parents have seen enough of these hurricanes. My father thinks that the news exaggerates. And the only reason why the news does that is they figure that they want you to be over-prepared rather than under-prepared. You know how, like, Katrina was devastating because they weren't ready for it? Well, it's sort of like it's better to tell someone to evacuate when they don't have to than not tell them to evacuate when they do. You understand?
Okay, are you supposed to evacuate?
Nope.
I want to ask you something about when you, let's tell the audience, when you are facing the ocean, you're sitting in your living room with a view, you're right on the sand, right there, oceanfront, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
When you look out the window during a big, huge storm hurricane, can you tell if you're looking out in pure gray? Is that pure gray, or do you still see the water out there? I mean, that's just kind of scary. You don't know what you can't see anything, right? What is it like?
But the thing is, it's you hear a lot of thunder and lightning. I will tell you that my parents have been doing some redecorating like the past month or so, and like getting into windows. And the purposes of all this redecorating is not because of how they want the house to look better. It's because to prepare for storms. Because what they did was they got even stronger windows is what they did. And they, and that's why if we have a tropical storm, it's not a big deal because this house can withstand a tropical storm. We may have to bring things inside, But,
like what, your lawn chairs?
What?
Your lawn chairs?
Yeah. Or the swing, tying the swing down and everything. And, the walkway might get hit, but that's, probably
what might get hit?
Our walkway. Our walkway. Like the thing that we use to walk out to the beach.
Yeah. I hope it's okay. I would like to see this walkway. So. Why don't you take a before and after photo for me?
I'll try to do that. All right.
Okay. Well, thank you, Johnny. Okay. Well, it was interesting talking about this Hollywood rejection. I found out a little bit about what the normal public who is not an actor hears out there, which is, I think, you and people that you talk to who are trying to act. We've been all over this, okay? So I was surprised, okay, at that. You learned a little bit about how it works. Hey, people, if you're feeling rejected out there, rejected in Hollywood or rejected in the entertainment business or rejected just in life, why don't you write to us? We have so many people that can help you, just people that you could even talk to, are on Facebook. It's called Life, Laughter, Happiness Radio Show. But on Facebook, it's called Radio Show at the end, Johnny. Life, Laughter, Happiness Radio Show on our Facebook. And then we're also on Instagram and Twitter, wherever you do it. And you can write in. Maybe we could send you to a counselor, right, Johnny, or an agent. Well, we have an agent,
to talk to.
And we have a counselor, and we have a psychic, and we have a medium. So whatever you need, we'll send you there. Okay?
All
Anything else, Johnny?
That's it. All right. Well, thank you, and good night, everyone.
Good night. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you on Friday. Bye-bye.
Okay.